Tell me about your experience working in the industry and how your role has evolved across the years.
Okay, we started the magazines 16 years ago. Before we set up the magazines, I had no experience in working in this industry whatsoever. My background was banking and finance. Prior to the launch of the first magazine, I was actually a school bursar. And as the magazine developed and grew in size, it became apparent that I'd have to sort of evolve my role within the magazine. So I slowly left the school bursar side of things behind and spent more time working in the business. In terms of how I see it developing, we're growing all the time. So we've just launched another magazine. Whilst I am predominantly involved in the financial side of the business, i.e. Invoicing, producing management accounts, that sort of thing, so we can keep on track of where we are. I also deal with most of the administrative side of the business, such as the distribution, everything that doesn't involve the origination of copy, basically.
So what does like the normal day look like for you then?
A normal day, there's never a normal day. No day is the same as the one before it or the one after it. I have usually a list of things I need to achieve that day. There are always certain things on that list I have to achieve. It can vary. So, for example, some days I'll spend all day sat behind a desk doing, say, the VAT return. Days like today, I've been driving a 2-ton van with 7,000 magazines in it into Yorkshire, hand bailing 7,000 magazines into someone's garage, coming back here, then trying to catch up on emails because we're on print on Tuesday. So
Non-stop.
It's non-stop. I love it. It's totally full on. It's totally stressful, but meeting the type of people we meet and the opportunities we get makes it all worthwhile. Totally.
Fab. And the magazine is a popular title across Preston, Fylde and the Ribble Valley, and most recently the Dales, which is just launched.
Yeah.
Do you find the magazine forges opportunities to meet fellow women in business?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm never ever cease to be amazed about the people that are out there that, unless we feature them in the magazine, no one would ever know about them. And they're doing these crazy things that they're doing because they love, and then realise they love it and they're good at it, and they decide to start a business doing something that they really love. And that to me is fantastic. They see the value in what we do, and we love working with like-minded people. We only ever report good news, so we don't do doom and gloom. There's far too much of that around at the moment. So we concentrate on good news stories, and there is so much out there. In terms of females in business, absolutely no shortage of them, certainly in the areas we cover.
Fab. So like you said, it is bursting with news on local events, arts and culture, health and beauty, food and drink. How do you stay on top of all those sorts of trends?
So there are lots of things like interiors, fashion, what else would there be? Food and drink. And they go through trends, don't they? So we work with PR companies, so we are given the heads up basically about what's on trend, but then we try and localise that by finding somebody in our area who we could cover that off with. So for example, Farrow and Ball, paint colours, paint trends, we will then try and apply that principle of what we've been told that the trends are going to be to a local business, and do it like that. But we also work really closely with our advertisers. Obviously we originate all our copy, which means that they are constantly keeping us updated with what's coming in. So for example, somebody like Michelle Birkins at Michelle B, beautiful clothes shop in Barrowford, been established nearly 20 years. You know, it's seasonal, fashion is seasonal, but she'll get the heads up the year before. She knows now what we'll all be wearing next year, which is really helpful when we're planning our magazines. Even though we don't plan that far in advance, because we like to be pretty reactive, it's useful to stay close to them.
And is there a favourite area of the magazine that you prefer working in?
In terms of the themes and features,
Yeah.
I love homes and interiors. I love property because I should have been an estate agent really. I like property, I like motors.
Yeah.
I like them all really.
And what do you think of the i7?
Wow.
It's certainly like the screen.
There's quite a few buttons and knobs and things. I could be dangerous in
You
one
could
of
get
these.
chauffeured around in this.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Although I'm not sure when you stack about 50 packs of magazines in the back, it's going to look quite as good. No.
So with the rising demand of digital media, how do you see future of print?
There's no question about it. Digital media has caused a decline in certain areas of print media. So, for example, newspapers. The immediacy of news. So something happens in, for example, France today. We all know about it within 5 minutes of it happening. If we didn't have digital media, it would be on the front page of the newspapers tomorrow or on the news this evening. So it's the immediacy of the information. However, I truly believe that there will always be a place for good quality print media, relevant print media, and I think that's what we try and focus our business on. The magazines, obviously, you know that we produce are free, but we find people hang on to them. They are coffee table items.
Yeah.
People refer to them. People ring up and say, I saw a feature in your magazine 3 months ago, but I can't remember the name of the business, and they'll explain it. And we'll say, oh yeah. And I just think a nice quality looking magazine.
Yeah.
I never ever read a digital magazine
No,
unless I'm on a
it's not
train.
the same, is it, as having that
It's just not the same.
tactile.
Yeah. The touchy-feely and the smelling and the...
Yeah, the whole experience, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
definitely.
And finally, have you got any advice for someone aspiring to be in this industry?
Well,
Only the good stuff.
only the good stuff, yeah, no doom and gloom. It's really hard work.
Yeah.
We are a really small business. We started from scratch. We've grown very slowly and evolved, and we've had our massive ups and we've had our massive downs. But if you want variety, there's plenty of that. I mean, there's so many different areas you can work in within this industry. So, for example, I'm predominantly finance, numbers-based, but you've got design, you've got copywriting, origination, research and development. There are so many different areas that you can cover off and be involved in. And within our business, lots of the people who work with us do maybe a few of those things. So production and design. So yeah, it's a fantastic way to meet people. I can't see it really declining because there are just so many opportunities for print. It's an exciting place to work, and like I said earlier, no 2 days are ever the same, ever.
Fab. Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. Thank you.